Shut up and sit down.
Sound studio over here in Modesto. I just ran into Macklemore's grandma. It's the Mchenry Man Show. I'm Chris Mitchell. How's it going?
Hello, Modesto! It's your gracious host, the host with the most, Clark James. How's everyone doing this evening?
I'm good.
Good. Well, we were talking about Fire in the Sky, the Alien movie. First, we were talking about Action Bronson on his TV show on Viceland of Ancient Aliens, and it's pretty cool. So it brought up a good conversation about Fire in the Sky, about Alien movie, because that was pretty freaky when I was a kid. It was made in 1993, as you can see, and it was pretty scary, man. It had some freaky stuff.
Now, I think we got on this because we were talking about
Action Bronson.
Yeah, and reincarnation.
Yes.
So you believe in that stuff?
Big time. Big time. I'm a firm believer of reincarnation, man. I've been going through a lot of things in my life, you know. A lot of things hit me in my life, and these last couple of years, man, I've been like dreaming of not just ordinary dreams. I think these are dreams from when I was a kid, when I was a baby. I see a bunch of bright lights all the time. In my dreams, bright lights, and I see these things just hovering over me, hands and hands and hands grabbing me and just, you know, do what they have to do to put me to pieces, to put me together. Because me, myself, I'm a government specimen, you know, I'm a government baby myself. I don't know if you're aware, but I had 4 open heart surgeries in my 37 years on this earth.
Oh, wow, no, you never mentioned that.
And, the first month of my birth, the first month I breathed air, man, I had to be an incubator. So these lights I see, I remember this too as a baby. And 37 years later, I still remember this, and it haunts me to this day.
And how old were you when you had your last surgery?
34.
And how old are you now?
37.
Okay, so it's only been a few years.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, let's see, 37, 36, 35, 43. Nope, 32. I was 32 when my last surgery in 2014. I was 34 when my wife passed away. Yeah.
Yeah, so how does it come about that you know that you have to go to the hospitals? What's happening? Do you have symptoms? Is it something that you recognize?
Well, I get not daily, but yearly checkups with my heart specialist. I get weekly checkups with my INR, with ProTime. What they do is they sit there and they check my blood, make sure my blood level is right, make sure it's not too thick, not too thin. I can bleed out if it's too thin. I can bruise easily if it's too thin. It's all bad, man. And if it's too thick, then I got to worry about having seizures, having not just seizures, but also it's very scary stuff, man. It's strokes.
Oh yeah.
Strokes, yep, strokes and blood clots.
So
scary shit.
The last time you found out that you were going to need surgery, were you having complications, or did you just go in for your routine checkup and that's when they noticed?
Yeah, I went through the routine checkup. Okay, and the doc, she said that it doesn't sound too good. We're gonna have to go through a camera. I said okay. So
which way did they go in?
My groin, my left groin.
Oh, so they cut you open?
Oh yeah, both groins are cut open. I've had left and right cut open, and so they went through with the camera. She said it didn't look too good. She came back with the results, and she told me I was gonna have to have another surgery, and that's one of the scariest things for a person to go through, man.
Oh yeah, especially heart surgery. I mean, the only thing I can really think of that would be more scary than heart surgery would be like brain surgery. So
Of course, yeah,
yeah.
brain, eye surgery, something like that, right? I mean, where your
Yeah, I
eye's
mean,
really bad though,
yeah, if you get eye surgery,
where they got to
the
take it out or
worst
something,
that's going to happen is you might
Right.
go blind. You're not
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
die.
yeah, right, exactly. And see, the thing was, then I had to go up from here. I had to go from Modesto to San Francisco. The surgery's always been in San Francisco because they got technology like there. It's crazy. Their technology's way above us, way ahead of our time. And so, I mean, they got robots, man. They got robots in the hallways there, sitting there cleaning the goddamn fucking the hospital rooms. It's a trip. The guy will. I mean, it's not a fully robot, but the guy controls it. He sits on it and shit. Like a Zamboni kind of. You know what I mean? And he goes through and cleans the halls, and it's trippy, man. And so I had to go up there and get some more bad news from them, and only had two options. I had 6 months to live. Two options. Option one, mechanical valve, which I didn't know nothing about. Option two, heart transplant.
So yeah, the mechanical valve. Can you explain that? Because I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, exactly. See, I didn't know nothing about that at all. It's a little piece that they put in your heart. They put in one of the valves right there, and they take, because I had a leaky valve. I was born with leaky valve, and so they take the valve and they replace it with that mechanical valve, and it ticks. You can hear it tick 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 tick. And so I got to take medicine so the blood circulates through it. It doesn't get all thickened and it doesn't gum up. And then when it gums up, then there's strokes and all kinds of bad shit happens.
So it's called a mechanical valve. Does that imply that it actually does something mechanical? Like, does it move by itself, or?
Well, it kind of does, man. It's a trip because sometimes you just be chilling, be cool, and then you'll hear like it'll just stop. Your heart will stop and it'll go pop 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 pop. It'll skip about 5 beats, and then you have to take like a deep breath or something, and then it kicks it back in.
Oh wow, yeah, that does seem scary.
It is, bro. It's not a walk in the park. It's real scary. It's like me, truthfully, I personally, I don't believe I'm gonna live past 40. And that's only a few years away, but I'll be lucky if I see 40.
Nah, I think you'd be all right, man.
Well, that's what a lot of people say, but
You just got to take care of that ticker. Keep getting your yearly
the thing
checkups.
about it is that, see, I do like my research on it, and I really study it, man, and it might be okay, if I had one surgery, but I had 4. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, my body's already beaten up. The human body, the outside looks okay. The outside's cool, you know what I mean?
But a lot of people live real long lives that have had multiple heart surgeries. Maybe look up David Letterman, because he's had
He did.
a bunch of bypasses and stuff.
Dave Letterman did. Arnold Schwarzenegger did also. There was a wrestler called Mark Merrill. He had open heart surgery also. And the thing is, like him, the wrestler, he's not what he used to be. You know what I mean? He used to be pretty fit and pretty big dude. He's in great shape though now. You know what I mean? And so is Arnold. But Arnold's not as big as he used to be either.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's around 70 years old now.
Well, of course, yeah. But I mean, it takes it out of you. Like the muscle, your muscle's there and everything, but it stretches everything. You know what I mean? Like my chest is held with wires.
So you mentioned the wrestler, and you mentioned Schwarzenegger, and those are like two. Well, Schwarzenegger was in bodybuilding.
Oh yeah, big time.
And
pumping iron with Arnold, man.
Yeah, so it makes me think of something about steroids. Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Do you
definitely.
think that has a correlation with
them? Yeah, most definitely, man.
So,
because, like I said, Arnold was huge.
Yeah.
He was huge.
Everyone knows he's used steroids. He's admitted it.
Of course.
And so,
yeah.
And the wrestler probably did too. You think?
Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't like the big dude. You know what I mean? He was a smaller guy. But I mean, even the small guys for wrestling, they juice. They hit the juice, man, and then it makes them either speed quicker, just like an athlete. They are athletes. Or it makes them stronger, or something physical, or there's a presence that it does to them that makes them special. It's just not like the regular guy going off the street and then jumping in and hitting the juice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is, but So yeah, back to that feeling of reincarnation, man. I firmly am a believer of that, man. Real deeply believe in that. I'm a spiritual dude, you know what I mean? I'm not real religious, you know, and I don't got nothing against anybody that is religious, you know. More power to them, you know. But from my life battles, you know, it's real hard to be that way.
So I mean, I guess a lot of people probably have different interpretations of how reincarnation works. Like, what do you think? Do you
Yeah, they
come
probably
back
do.
as like a tree or a horse or something?
No. I think for a human being, reincarnation is you're just another human.
Okay, so it's you're just coming back
You've
as a
been on this
human,
earth already before. You've been
and
on this
then
planet.
so when you come back, or so do you think you sitting here right now are reincarnated from another time?
I think I lived many lives. You know, I think I lived quite a few lives, and it's just this is the way I see. I, I'm here as a flesh and blood, as a human being, right? But I feel a presence. I feel a strong presence around me all the time, and I feel like there's someone just watching me all the time, just hovering above me and watching me, pulling my strings and watching every movement I do. I'm a human. You're a human. You know, we're all humans. We go through things that humans do. All right, we all bleed, and we all die. But I think though that there's something that's stronger than what we recognize.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, but I feel about reincarnation is it's I don't feel believe in it literally, but I believe in it in the sense that we're all kind of made out of energy, and then when we
Yeah.
die, that energy gets released out into the universe.
You ever checked out Jim Carrey's thing,
That one where he talks about
the energy?
possibly is it where he's talking about like money's not going to make you happy and all that stuff.
It might have been. It might have been that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a pretty long clip where he was just talking about like philosophy and stuff like that.
He's a very intelligent man.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey is, man. He's a real genius.
Yeah, he's a smart ass dude, and yeah, he's can't think of the word for it other than smart, but he's like you said, spiritual, like you said about
Yeah.
yourself. He's
And you might have seen it because it was a couple years ago. This interviewer was interviewing him, you know, and this lady she sit there and she just dissed him, and she said something about his dead girlfriend that just died previous, you know.
did that have something to do with a car accident that he was involved in?
You know, I'm not sure how she died.
I remember there being some kind of thing about him getting in an accident and killing someone dying he was close to.
I know Hulk Hogan's son. he got in a car accident, you know, for
Yeah.
DUI and damn near killed someone, and he got away with it, you know. But anyways, Jim Carrey's saying, man, so this interviewer was interviewing him. I think it was on like a red carpet too. It was a real fancy place, you know. It was like real emotional. It meant a lot, you know, in Hollywood's eyes, you know. And so he was checking it out, and she was talking to him, and then he just kind of sat back a little bit as soon as she said that, and he just straight up just boom put her on the spot with that shit. It was crazy. It was crazy. Let me see if I can.
I think
find
I have actually seen it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have, man. Let's see here. But it just
Yeah, it's the.
which one? The tragic deep. Maybe.
No, it's none of those. But I think the one that I saw, it was like it had a picture of him with the beard, though.
Oh yeah, because he just did a movie with that beard. He did a weird movie on. It's on Netflix. I forgot what it's called, but it's.
Yeah, I saw it. It was all right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he's better at comedy.
He is better at comedy. Yeah, that's like the Eternal Sunshine one he did.
Yeah, I actually like that one. If you watch it and
Did you really?
and you kind of understand what he's trying to say about it, I thought it was pretty cool. It was an interesting idea,
It was definitely interesting.
like going and erasing memories and stuff.
It was kind of like a Truman Show type.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
that,
the Truman Show. That's
yeah.
pretty good too. I like that
yeah,
one.
that one was a little more comedic.
Yeah, it was more comedic. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. What I don't know what I would put in, man. Jim Carrey. interview, I guess.
That's all right.
Is it right?
We're not gonna watch it
Well,
on
you
here.
can put them up on the bottom of the screen, huh? Like you did with.
Yeah, but
when
then
his dress is a trap.
Yeah, we'll be. Yeah, I can put a photo up.
Yeah, but but yeah. So it all makes sense too. It all makes sense, you know. And yeah, if we're all energy, man, then this is just nothing. This is just nothing. But now, how is it just something? If it's nothing, then how do we feel the pain? How do we feel our tears? That's
Like
the part that
everyone
don't make
does have
sense.
a sense of consciousness, like every person does, and yeah, that's one of the big mysteries of life is like how are we these individual beings, and then one day it's just the lights go out and
That's it.
and then that's why a lot of people think maybe you go to heaven or whatever they think, you know
Right,
what I
their
mean?
beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. And I mean, I've seen some things, man. I've seen some things that make me believe. That's why I'm real spiritual, you know. I really believe this, man. And I've seen some things that make me a believer. But yeah, like I said, I've been through so many damn battles in my life that it's just like, man, it's hard to really believe that, you know, there is a heaven, there's a hell, you know. I mean, hell is pretty much where we're at right now.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that.
Yeah. You know, I think that's fair to say, you know what I mean? It's just the world's ugly as hell, man. It's so ugly out there right now. It's just so crazy. Ain't getting no better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've lived through a lot of hard times in my life too, and
Me too, man.
you know what I try to do now, especially now that I'm doing better than I used to. I always try to just say that no matter how bad you have it right now, there's someone probably within 100 feet of you that has it worse.
Most
So
definitely. I
it's
agree
like
with that.
I try to keep that in mind
Yeah.
because I have actually pretty well off, and you compared to a lot of people also have it pretty well off. So.
Oh yeah, that's just the beginning. That's nothing. But I mean, I don't want to, you know, go into everything and give a sad story and everything like that. You know, that ain't me. You know what I mean? I don't take my problems. I don't give them to anybody else because we all got problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you just sit there and dwell on them instead of trying to just change your life, because you're for the most part, in control of how you feel. You can choose to feel like sad for yourself, or you can choose to try to feel better and maybe change why you feel sad. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
There's some things that obviously you can't.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, like, you know, I say, you know, I don't got much, man, but I got more than the next man. You know what I mean? That's my saying. You know what I mean? Yeah, I might not got much, but I got more than the next man. You know, the next man might not have as much as me. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is.
Yep. Exactly.
But I believe though, if you're still here on this earth, man, it's up to you. Like you said, it's up to you. You still have a chance though. You know what I mean? Yep. You gotta fight. You gotta fight like a motherfucker. But you gotta fight.
And I think a lot of how your life goes is affected by the people you associate with. So if you associate with a bunch of scumbags, you're probably gonna have scumbag shit coming back at you.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right, man. Yeah, it's because the fucking energy. It is. It's the energy. That's the way their life, and it's just their energy just floods onto you, man. It is a trip, but it's the truth. Yeah. You know, shit. Me myself, man, I don't really kick it with too many people. You know what I mean? I got big time trust issues, man. My trust issues started from like when I was 3-4 years old. It got took away from me. You know what I mean? And so I don't really trust too many people.
Yeah,
you know?
I hear you.
Very few people I trust. You know what I'm saying? And the ones I do trust, I keep them to my side, man, like a brother. You know? And it's a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. And it's a good thing too, in a way. But you know, it definitely makes you an outsider.
Yeah, it's a defense mechanism. It does kind of like wall you off from other people. I know because I have trust issues as well. So, do you have any siblings? I'm not sure if you.
I got one older brother.
Okay.
I got my cousins around here. I hardly ever see them anymore. Me and my cousins used to be tight like my brother, you know.
And where's your brother live?
He lives in Marysville.
Okay. Does he work up there?
Oh yeah.
Apparently, I'm sure he does.
Yeah. He works like around Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah, he's at some kind of like Last time I known, he was at some kind of like spice plant where they have all kinds of different spices like paprika and things like that. You know.
Okay. Now, Marysville, is there like a concert venue up there?
There is. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Ozzy Osbourne. He used to go up there all the time.
Okay. I think I might have.
What's it called? It's not the Palladium, but it's something like that.
I think I might have been to a couple concerts there.
Right. So yeah, yeah. I guess after a while he was kind of just gave up on it, and he was flaking on it and shit like that. You know, he just didn't give a fuck. But they thought, fuck, they were big shit, man. You know what I mean? Over there, shit, that was a big thing because it was Arc Arena at the time. You know what I mean? That was the closest.
Oh yeah. I've been to.
They built that
to the former Arco Arena a bunch of times. Now they call it something else.
Sleep Train, huh?
Sleep Train, yeah.
Yeah, it's the Sleep Train Center, I think. Should be station with the fucking train, right? The Sleep Train Station. But yeah, so anyways, it's like only like shit, man, probably like 10 miles away from his house. So it's not far at all, you know?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
And he grew up in the whole fucking area, you know. He's from down here, you know, but he grew up there, you know. Just abandoned home, broken home, you know.
How far apart are you guys in age?
Not very far, man. But when we were kids, he thought
2
he
years,
was fucking
3 years.
3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he just turned 40 in July.
Did you guys go to high school together?
No, he wasn't around. By the time, let's see, I'd say we lived in the east side. You know, I don't want to say exact where, but we lived on the east side when we were kids. You know, and he lived with me maybe I don't know, like 6 years or so when we were kids, and then later on when I was in junior high, then he came back again, and my pops, you know, because my pops ain't his real dad, it's his stepdad. Well, I guess you could say that, you know what I mean? But it's his real dad, but it's not by blood, you know what I mean? It's my half brother, but he's my brother. That's I don't look at him as a half brother.
I have three technically half brothers, but we never call each other half brother.
That's just fucking weird.
Hey, half brother.
yeah. What do you fucking call me, half breed? What am I, Indian? You know what I mean? Was this back in fucking Western days or what? You know? Yeah, but so you know, I love my brother, man. I always looked up to him. You know, as a kid, I always looked up to him because he was older than me. You know. And I looked up to my cousin too, you know, because he was older than me too, you know, even though he was only 1 year older, but he was big, you know. I was a small kid, you know what I mean? I'm still not the biggest dude in the world, you know what I mean? But I ain't small, so I'm alright. So, yeah, you know, and so when I was about junior high, he came back for a little bit and lived with us. And then his wife that he's been married to, you know, I should say since they were kids, like, man, since they're like probably like fucking 14, you know. For fucking hell of years, man. I'm talking about almost 30 years probably, man. They've been together. They just barely got married, though. Like last year or so, they only got married. But, yeah.
How long were they together?
Since they were kids.
Okay.
Shit. He moved from away from us up there with her family, and her family basically raised his ass.
So, how did he meet her then?
Through her brother, her older brother. My brother, he ain't like this shit no more, you know. It was all back in the day shit. All back in the day bullshit. We came from nothing, you know what I'm saying? So, and my brother, he had it worse than me at times, you know. I had it worse mentally, because I've been through some shit, you know what I'm saying? But physically, my brother had it worse than me, you know what I mean? And my brother was all about that white power shit, you know what I mean? White power, he used to have a fucking white bandana, and he'd fucking wave around and carry it and shit. He ain't like that no more this day, you know. He's a grown-ass man. He's got his daughter and everything, and they ain't even like that no more, you know what I mean? And so, anyways, that's how he met her, which is my sister-in-law Stacy, is through her older brother. And he was like the leader of it, you know. It was big up there, man. Up there, it was fucking huge.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it was big. And, I mean, you know, they didn't really necessarily fight black people, because there wasn't a whole lot of black people up there. What was a lot up there was a lot of Asian people. A lot of Asian cats they'd fight. You know what I mean? I'm not a racist guy, you know what I'm saying? I love everybody, you know what I mean? I'm all about respect, man. You treat me with respect, I just treat you with the utmost respect.
Yep.
You know, that's how I roll, man. I don't do that racist shit. I'm cool off all that.
And where'd you go to high school?
Johansson?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
I went up there. It's about, probably about towards junior year, and then it just, I was just going through too much, and I dropped out. You know what I mean? Stupid thing to do.
now were you living on West Side when you went to join?
No, I wasn't. I was on the east side. I was far in the east.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was relocated, actually. I had to get relocated. Some shit happened, and it's all bad. And it wasn't my doing. I was just protecting my own and my homie at the time, you know. But
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
yep, it happened, man. And I wish it never happened, you know. But shit happens, you know. And it's another PTSD type thing that fucking haunts me today, you know. Always, man, always.
So where'd you go to junior high?
Teal.
Teal. Oh, I did some janitorial work there for like 2 weeks through a temp service.
Oh, no shit. Huh?
Yeah, I used to date a few chicks from there too when I was
Maybe it was the time I was
a
in
kid.
junior high. No, you're probably in high school at that time, huh?
Yeah, we're a few years apart.
Yeah. Where'd you go? Did you go to Johansson?
No, I went to the first 2 years. I went to Modesto High.
Oh, okay.
Then I
Oh, that's right. You said you're from the West, huh?
yeah, and then
Yeah.
at the time I was dating. I had a girlfriend at Downey, and my brother was going to Downey as well, and because he was using my grandma's address so that he can go there.
Right.
Because he's had a lot of problems in school, so
Yeah.
he got kicked out and he needed to go somewhere.
Right.
So
Right.
so they did that, and since my girlfriend was going there and my brother was already going there, I went ahead and switched over to Downey and went there for a year, and then did some summer school there. But then my final year, I just did independent study because I was so far behind. So I would, I was taking like 9 courses per semester
Oh, wow.
on
Shit.
independent
You're
study.
trying to catch up then, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
like
my pops, he went to Downey also.
yeah, when I went to Downey, I figured out that if I just skipped first period and never came back, I didn't have to bring a note. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so I just didn't go to English for the entire year.
Yeah. Speaking of school, man, because it's school season now, right?
Yep.
First day today.
My eldest son was his first day today.
Yeah.
My youngest son, he starts tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So your eldest son, does he got a laptop?
He does. He gets one through the school, and then
That's a trip, huh?
plus he also has his own. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. My son, I went and got him signed up and everything, and he got his laptop, and
And where does he go?
he goes over there on the west. You know, I don't want to specifically say what school.
Well, I mean, my son goes to Gregory, and then my youngest son goes to Great Valley Academy. I don't mind saying it because it's like no one even knows what they look like. So
I know.
there's a lot of kids at those schools. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there is. There's a lot of kids, yeah. But, yeah, when he got that laptop, I was like, whoa, man, this is a trip.
so is he in junior high or?
Yeah, he's junior high,
Okay.
7th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a trip, man. Man, no more books, I guess.
Nah, my son
Maybe
still
1 or 2.
he still has plenty of books,
Oh,
but
does it really?
yeah, that's just they're trying to the
They're
schools
trying to
know
make it
everything's moving towards technology.
Yeah,
And
you're
you
right.
pretty much in the future are going to have some kind of computer, whether it just be your phone or whatever. But
Books are going to be like a thing in the past and in the future, huh?
well, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're kind of that way now.
even me, I I don't read a whole lot of books, but I do listen to a lot of
Right.
audiobooks off of
Right.
Amazon. So
Yeah. I know. I hear you, man. And it's like that. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people get like audio books, or they'll get like digital books. You know.
I used to do a lot of driving up to like Mendocino County and back because I've got family up there. I used to sell weed, so
Yeah, Mendocino.
yeah. So I'd go up there and get some weed and come down. So I was going up there at least once a week.
Oh no shit, making some trips, huh?
Yeah, so I would definitely was listening to some audiobooks back
Oh hell
then.
yeah. You gotta listen to something, huh?
It was like book on tape though. It wasn't as advanced as like Amazon
Oh,
Audible. Yeah.
So it was some guy just talking and speaking.
Yeah, so
Real
I
slow.
bought this book, and then the guy would just basically read the book.
George went up the tree.
Yeah.
Chapter 1.
I don't really read like fiction or novels or anything. I usually only read stuff if I'm trying to learn something.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So you like a documentary or something?
Or just like it was basically the one I was doing on tape it was all about A+ certification, which is a certification you can get to be a computer repair tech.
Right.
And so I just listened to it over and over until everything just sunk in. You know what I mean? I already had a foundation
That's cool.
in computers and stuff, but it just tells you all the little intricacies and stuff of the little nicks and knacks that you might not gather on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I always want to like learn that too. You know, I was trying to learn to do Spanish. I was trying to learn to do Italian off my phone. You know, but shit, there was no bueno. I had no luck on that one at all, man.
You haven't tried that Rosetta Stone on your phone?
Oh, I don't think so.
That's a pretty good one.
Is it pretty good?
Yeah,
one?
you learn.
There's so many of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know when to pick.
That one's popular. It's been around for a long time. Like people do it on the computer, on their phone. I think the one on the phone last time I checked was even free, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, because I mean, I've been living in this area, man, for like 37 years. You know what I mean? I've done seen it grow. I've done seen it change. You know, and I've done seen all kinds of shit. And I've always been around Hispanic people. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanic people just outnumber everyone anymore. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Nothing bad about that at all. It's just how it is.
That's California.
It is California.
And it's all, basically
so
all
like,
the southern border states.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm like, man, I need to know fucking Spanish. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I bump into people and there's either some older lady or something ask me a question or an older gentleman or something, you know? And I'm like, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I'm like, fuck, man, I should really learn this shit, you know? And then my friend, she was supposed to help me and teach me and shit, but then that kind of went haywire, you know? She's doing her own thing right now. She's fighting the case, you know? And so she's been there almost 3 fucking years now, you know? And so there goes that Spanish lesson right there, you know? Yeah. And in Italian, you know, that's I'm half Italian, so, you know, shit, my mom's maiden name's Collodi. You know, and there's a little country in Italy called Collodi.
All right.
Yeah, and so it's interesting, man. So I'm like, man, I ought to learn that. You know, Spanish and Italian's almost the same. I mean, there's difference.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of the words are the same for sure. Yeah,
just like Spain. You know what I mean? It's the same difference.
Yeah, there's Spain Spanish and there's Mexico Spanish.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, the words are pretty damn close. You know. Yeah. So I was like, man, I should learn this shit. You know. No, I didn't get to really learn that yet. I know some wine a little bit, you know, for a Halle boy, I do all right.
What you should get is one of those audiobooks on learning Spanish. You can just listen to it in your car.
Rosetta Stone, huh?
Well, that's not an audiobook. That's a little app. You use it on your phone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, other than that, though, man, let's see, have you watched any movies lately?
Let's see.
Since we got all the Spanish talk out of our system, you know?
I haven't, I can't recall any new movies. The new season of Succession started last night. I love that show.
What's that?
It's HBO. It's this fucked up family, like rich billionaires. I think it's kind of based off like the owner of Fox News.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, loosely based off of it.
Uh-huh.
Off of that dude. I forget his name, but anyways, yeah, it's just them all conniving against each other and trying to.
Is it like in season 1, season 2, or?
It was the first episode of season 2.
Okay.
So
I might have seen that trailer. I'm not sure.
It's a really intelligent show, and it's really like a lot of psychology involved in it.
Yeah.
So I love watching that type of shit.
That's cool. I usually like I try to get like some grimy shit. You know what I mean? Like some street shit. Like or you know.
This is like grimy if you're a billionaire.
Yeah. And trust me, they can be too. They can, man. Fuck yeah. And the thing about them is.
That's the reason most billionaires are billionaires, because they're crooks. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Look at Dr. Dre. Nah, he ain't no crook. He did his fair share of shit,
I'm
but
sure he stole some beats
oh,
before.
I'm sure he has, man. He's done more than that. Shit, he fucking used to beat women up all the time.
Oh, yeah, I
man.
heard about that.
Yeah, a couple of them, not just like one or two.
Yeah, it was Miss Chalet and...
Miss Chalet, and then that was his wife. That was his wife at the time.
Oh,
Miss
I didn't
Chalet.
know they were married.
Yeah, they're married, and what's so trippy about it? Miss Chalet is was married to Suge Knight. So basically, she left Dre left her, whatever, you know, and she got tired basically of fucking Dre beating her up, and Suge Knight was in the picture, and somehow Suge Knight and her hooked up, and then there was D Barnes, a rapper back in the day, you know, hip hop rapper, female, and Dre sought to shout her too, man.
Oh, yeah, I think I did hear about that one.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were some other ones in the whole line, you know what I mean? Speaking of Dr. Dre, I mean, since we're fucking talking about him, I don't know if it's true or not, man, but he has a family. He has a wife. His wife's Caucasian. He has many kids.
She might be mixed.
I think she's mixed, yeah. And he has many kids, but there's also a secret, man, that he's gay too.
Well, maybe he's bi. I don't know.
There's because it's called his life partner.
Well, there's I kind of doubt it, but there is this.
I don't know, man.
Back in the day, did you ever see that Eazy-E album where he's dissing him?
Oh, yeah.
Real motherfucking G's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got that picture of Dre on there with like with all the sparkles and stuff.
Yeah.
All bedazzled up.
Sequins and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because it's true.
But that was just back in the day. That's just kind of how you dressed if you're like a DJ or a dancer or whatnot.
For that time, for that style of music.
Yeah, I mean, just because
he was producing
like,
him and fucking DJ Yella.
Just like all the hair bands out there, like Motley Crue
right.
used to wear
It was
mascara and shit.
It was a costume, yeah.
And even Kiss, you could take it that far.
Yeah, I mean, hell, fuck, man. You can look at like Willie Nelson if you want, you know, old school cat, you know, outlaw, right? But back in the day, man, in like probably the '60s, he didn't dress like that. He dressed real clean cut. He was a songwriter for all kinds of artists, and he had suits on, clean cut. He didn't have his long hair, he didn't have no beard, none of that shit. He looks tripped. Have you ever seen him without that?
No, I've never seen him like that.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, man. I'll put that up real quick for you. So Dr. Dre, that's just what they look like, you know, as for their stage presence.
I think is it W-I-L-L-I-E? I always thought it was W-I-L-L-Y.
Oh,
no, you're right.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, I-E, yeah. Willie Nelson, let's go with early career.
Or young.
Yeah, okay. Young Willie. I like Willie Nelson, man.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff.
I say a lot of bullshit
Oh,
about
yeah,
him.
I see him.
Yeah. That's a trip, huh?
Yep.
It's a trip, bro. I say a lot of bullshit about him because I only say that though is because me and my brother, man, we brother from a different mother, you know what I mean? The cat that I known since kindergarten. We went to the fruit yard and there's this lady that, you know, she was behind the register and she was telling us about that. We seen like a sign or something about Willie Nelson. We're like, what? And she told us that for fucking $4,000 you can smoke a joint with Willie Nelson. I said, that's fucking off the wall.
Yeah, he don't need the money.
No shit. See, here he is right here, man. He's right there. He's right there.
Yep.
See that, man? It's a trip, huh? He's over there. It just didn't look like him at all. And then there's that picture right there. Crazy, huh?
Yep, he was pretty clean cut back in the day.
Yeah, real clean. Yeah. And his music was different, too. Like, I mean, you know, not hardcore music. Never was hardcore music. I mean...
But it is kind of that outlaw country.
Huh?
It is kind of like on that outlaw country tip.
Yeah, he was outlaw
like
country.
Waylon Jennings and
exactly.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, he was. Especially when he started looking like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, yeah, man, it's just a trip to see him like that, you know?
No, that's the stuff I like, the outlaw country stuff. I don't really like a whole lot of other country other than that.
Right. No, I hear you there, man.
I like a little bit of Garth Brooks, a little Tim McGraw.
I hardly ever like country, man, but if someone's playing something, it got to be some old school country. I'm down with that. Some of that old school country's pretty good.
Yeah.
My pops, man, my father, man, Man, he could bring some old school shit up.
You know what I do
Damn.
like is it's kind of like it's kind of in the country genre. Is I do like that bluegrass though. You can put someone with a like
The storm.
quick fingers on the banjo or
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
The Blues Brothers.
No, that's not.
I know. Remember the bluegrass?
Yeah.
They had the fucking beers. Riders on the storm.
I don't know if I've even seen that.
You never seen that?
I don't think so. If I did, I was a little kid, so.
Oh, wow.
I know it's an iconic movie. I know there's Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers 2000.
Right.
Yeah, one's with Dan Aykroyd. I mean, they're both Dan Aykroyd. The second one, who takes over John Belushi's part?
Who is it?
Was it Jim Belushi? Was it his brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Jim Belushi.
Or it wasn't like the dude from Roseanne, right?
John Goodman?
Yeah, it wasn't John Goodman.
I think he's in there.
You should pull that up. Pull up Blues Brothers 2000.
Yeah, because, I mean, that was a good movie too, bro. They did a good job on that one because the fucking first one's hilarious, man. That's a classic cult comedy.
Yeah.
You know?
Pretty much anything with John Belushi in it is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Most definitely. That man had some problems.
Oh,
Hella
yeah.
funny, but he had problems, man.
Yeah, just like him and Chris Farley.
Oh, yeah.
It is John Goodman. I thought so.
Yeah, yeah, he is in there. Yeah, John Goodman's in there.
What's
Dan
that one
Aykroyd.
with the four people right next to it?
To the left
No,
or
the other
right?
way. That
Right
way.
there?
Yeah, click on that.
That's the kid. Let's see, we've got Dan Aykroyd, John Goodman. I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah, I recognize the other guy, but he doesn't
I'm not
matter.
sure who that is either.
Yeah, he don't matter. So it was
Yeah.
John Goodman was the main.
Yeah, John Goodman.
Yeah.
John Goodman's funny too. I like John Goodman.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of those actors that if I see that he's in it, it'll make me
Watch
more
it.
likely to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too, man. Because he is good, man. Like, what's that? Brother Art Thou?
Oh, brother, we're out there.
Yeah, where brother?
Yeah. So
He
speaking
grabs
of
the
bluegrass,
fucking, it's not but a toad. And he throws against the fucking tree.
speaking of bluegrass, that's bluegrass right there. That
Yeah,
song.
that's why I said it. Yeah. That's why I said it, like the Blues Brothers, the fucking Riders one, you know? It's funny, man. They have the beards and shit. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. It is a classic, man. It's a good movie, too. They did a good job, man, because Blues Brothers, the original one, oh, man. That was just fucking off the wall funny, you know? The fucking nun beating them with the ruler and shit. They're at the desk. Fucking penguin! It was off the hook, man. But,
So did you say you watched a couple new movies?
Yeah, I did, man. I watched, let's see, I watched with my son, let's see, what the heck, man, I had them written down at the house, oh, man, it was from Netflix, the DVDs.
Were they new releases?
Or was Redbox? No, it was Redbox. It was a couple Redbox movies.
Redbox pretty much mostly has new stuff. Right?
New stuff, yeah, they got a few old movies, just like this, throw them in there randomly, you know what I mean? Shit, man. I can't remember what it was, man, but it was, like I said, I got it all written down at the house, man. I forgot everything, you know? But they were good movies. I mean, I watched a lot of them. I watched the original Rocky this week with my son, because he never seen it, you know?
Yeah, that's one of those movies, if you just come across it on TV and there's nothing else to watch, you'll just sit there and watch it, even though you've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It was on Netflix, though. It was HD. I used to watch it, you know what I mean? Of course, VHS, TV, and then DVD. But, man, I never seen it like that, you know?
I like, as far as Sylvester Stallone goes, I like the first Rambo, the First Blood.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the best one
That is,
by far.
Yeah, that one is, yeah.
That's
And the other one,
badass.
he made the newer one. They're coming out with another one. The newer one is pretty bad, too.
That one was probably the second best.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
The-
He was pretty gory in that one, man. But he looks all fucking... He just looks weird, though.
Yeah, he's older, and they let
All
him.
red and shit.
Yeah,
you
they
know
let
what I
him
mean?
get like a little bit.
He got yoked up.
Yeah, but he
From
got a
his
little
genitals.
fat, so.
Yeah, a little bit fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got that old man, you know, like when an older person shit works out,
Yeah.
body form's different.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get that cutness.
But I've seen him
You get the bulk.
like a few years ago. He can still get ripped up.
He's still ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing some fucking.
But he was just doing that for the role. He was like they were trying to make him look older and look a little bit more lumbery and stuff.
He's doing some like deadlifts and shit, man. He's I think he's like 70 years old. Something
yeah,
like that,
he's
man.
right around the same age as Arnold.
Arnold, yeah. And he's doing like some fucking pull-ups and shit. He's got this fucking 100-pound weight on his legs and shit, man. He's just dipping it, man.
He's in great shape.
Great shape, yeah. He's another good classic actor, you know.
Classic action hero.
Action hero, yeah. Definitely action. He did some comedy too.
I can't picture that.
Yeah, he did. You ever watch the movie Oscar?
Mm-mm.
It's a mobster Italian comedy.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
It's pretty cool, man. It's old school though. It's real old school. And then he did was it Tango and Cash with Kurt Russell?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that when I was a kid, but then I went back and watched it later. I'm like, oh, this is not as good as I thought.
It's still funny though.
It's all right. Yeah.
And then also Demolition Man when he was kind of character, little funny scenes there.
And even what's that where he did that comic book dude with the mask, the visor?
Oh, Judge Dredd?
Yeah, Judge Dredd.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah,
comedy.
they try to throw some shit in there. Yeah. I didn't really like that one too much. I mean, when I was a kid, it was okay. You know, first it got blown up, and you're like, oh hell yeah, you know. But then it just like it was just kind of shitty, you know. But that reboot, like we were talking before, that reboot though was off the hook. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the reboot.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Man, I wish I could fucking remember the movie. I watched a gang of movies this weekend, man, with my son, and I just can't remember any of them.
Oh, they must not have been that good, I
No,
guess.
they're good. They're good movies. Yeah, they're good, man. But I just can't remember them, so I'm just have to save those movie reviews for next time. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to just bust out with the old Blues Brothers here. Yeah. But,
You know, we could just throwing this out there. We could do the movie review thing. We could like toss that in with the current events. That would be like a segment within a segment.
Yeah, it's an idea. We got to run it across with the team first. You know?
Yeah. Well, we're here, so.
Yeah, right. The team's here, man. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea, though. And then you could like put in the green screen or something, like fucking movie reels or some shit.
Yeah, I can pop up.
Whatever,
I can pop up little movie screen.
Yeah.
Little screen of, or just like something like what's up there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. So, but yeah, so the reincarnation, man, I'm a real big believer with reincarnation. You know, of course, I don't think we turn into animals and shit like that. You know, I mean, maybe I'm wrong though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the way I see it is it's just like Lion King, the Circle of Life. Like when you you die, you go in the ground. If you're not cremated, and then you get eaten by the bugs, and then something else eats those bugs, and then something else eats what ate the bugs, and that's the way I see that energy getting transferred.
Now, what if you're cremated though?
If you're cremated, then you kind of just your energy goes into the ether, I think, because also anything that is made of energy takes in energy through taking in food and stuff. So when you're not here anymore, taking in food and breathing the air and oxygen, putting out CO2, then that's a net positive in energy, even though you didn't get consumed by some insects or animals or whatnot.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, man. I believe that too. I believe that's how it all works, and you know, it's really interesting though. You know.